Hi everyone! Today we're going to be looking at line, pattern and colour. A famous artist called Paul Klee once said that a line is a dot that went for a walk. We are going to take a dot for a walk today and see how many different lines we can make. In today's lesson, we are going to be exploring all the different types of lines that we get. Straight lines, from right to left or top to bottom. What about some nice wavy lines? They look like waves, or sometimes they can look like hills. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Let's have a look at some zigzag lines. These lines go up to a sharp point and down again to a sharp point, up again to a sharp point and down to a sharp point, zigging and zagging. Look at our dotted line, a line made by just lots of little dots. Or a dashed line, a line made by making lots of little short dashes all put together. This next line I'm making is like upside down U's or W's all joined together. Some people call this a scallop pattern. You could use this line to maybe draw some clouds. This next line, up, across, down, across, up, across, down, across, almost like the top of a castle. What about this next line, loop to loop to loop? I think of a roller coaster when I see all these loops. Now look at this jaggedy line. This line is almost like the sharp teeth of an animal or a lightning bolt. This next line is like the waves of the ocean. Big crashing waves. Lines can be used to make patterns, like this one, a spiral, like a snail shell, swirling round and round and round. You could mix lines up together to make a pattern, dash, dot, dash, dot, dash. Or you could do shapes to make up a pattern. This almost looks like a chain, all linked together. What about using stars? Stars are made up of lines, but this makes a pattern, doesn't it? Or what about crosses? Crosses are just two lines crossing over each other, but they make a pattern, don't they? With a line, you can do so much. And so, even though a line is just a dot that went for a walk, look at all the beautiful patterns we've made. In today's lesson, we're going to be making hot air balloons using lines, patterns and colours. Aren't these hot air balloons beautiful, floating in the big blue sky? What lines, patterns and colours can you see? To make your hot air balloon, you can use a paper plate. Sometimes the paper plates have natural markings on them that we can trace around. But if you don't have a paper plate, you could turn over a side plate upside down onto a piece of cardboard and trace around the outside of it to make a nice round circle. Once you've got your circle drawn, cut it out carefully. If you think you might need some help, ask an adult or an older sibling to help you with this. Great! Now that you've got your circle drawn, flip it over and start to divide it into 3 or 4 sections. Now you're going to use your own imagination and take a line for a walk, making your own patterns. Now thinking about the color wheel, we're going to choose what colours we want to wear. The primary colours are red, yellow and blue, and the secondary colours are green, orange and purple. Think about this when you're planning your colours. Now to colour in your balloon, there's lots of choices. You could use paint, wax crayons, felt tip pens, pencil crayons, anything you like as long as it's really nice and bright. The brighter the better, because you want your balloon to show up against the blue sky. Now to finish off, I've decided to outline my shapes and lines to show up my patterns and my colours. To do this, I'm using a black permanent marker, but you could use a black wax crayon or a black oil pastel. Now we want to have a look at the basket of our hot air balloon. If you look closely, you can see lots of wavy lines. A basket in a hot air balloon is made out of something called wicker. Can you see how the lines weave in and out, in and out? To create our basket, I'm going to trace around something that's rectangular shaped. I found that a playing card works really well, and I've traced it onto a piece of hard cardboard. Now, I use some paint, but you can obviously use oil pastel or crayon to make your wavy lines back and forth, up and down, to make it look like the wicker on the basket. If you want to use light brown and dark brown, you can. We need an environment to put our balloon in, so on a separate piece of paper, draw some hills and a beautiful sky that we can put our balloon in. Once your background is dry, then you can stick your balloon. I normally put it at a slight angle so that it looks like it's floating. Now you'll need some string or some wool to make the ropes on the balloon. Glue some pieces of cotton wool into the sky to make clouds and outline your hills. Now just for fun, why not put a picture of yourself floating away in the hot air balloon? Maybe you could add your pet dog or the rest of your family and friends. Have fun everybody and keep being creative. If you've enjoyed this project, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.